How's it going, guys? This is Core, and this is the first week. We just completed the first week of our bootcamp, and we just have to complete one of I think, the easiest projects that we would have to do for this bootcamp. So, this is me just outlining what that is, and if you did not catch that session, this should help. So, we are supposed to deploy a smart contract, and the smart contract has been provided for us in the reference. If I just go ahead and open, um where is it? Yeah, so it has been provided as a reference. So I supposed to deploy the smart contract to the Sepolia testnet and play around with it amongst ourselves. So let's just do that right away. And a quick overview of this contract is this tells us what license that the smart contract operates with. This could be MIT, it could be unlicensed, and in this case, it's GPL 3.0. There's some nuances to that. You can read that up later in the documentation, which is also provided as a reference in the pack we are provided with. And also, like Pragma Solidity just points to the compiler that this is the version of the Solidity that should be used to compile and traverse this smart contract. So, and all smart contracts have a contract uh, object, contracts, what's it called? Contracts, function, object, whatever. Instance, right? Instance, yeah. And this, in this case, we have like a private text. So this is the type, this is the visibility, and also this is the identifier, right? The variable name in this case. So, and these are state variables. They are going to be stored on chain, and we can call the constructor. The constructor is a function that is going to run once every time the contract is instantiated, that is invoked, right? And in this case, we are setting the text to be hello world, and because it's private, it's only going to be available in this smart contract. It's not going to be available in derived contract. And derived contracts are whatever contract that inherits this would not be able to see text. All right, so that is that. And then we have the owner, which is being passed the message to sender. Message to sender contains the address of whoever makes a call to this function, right? And then we also have the modifier, and the modifier is a way of declaratively adding like guards, restrictions, or checks before a function is called, right? So you do a modifier, you add the name you want to call it, and then you open a bracket and all, and then you can require and do whatever checks you want, if statement, and then you add this placeholder. It's called a white card or something. And what it does is anytime that, for example, in this case, only owner. So what happens is this modifier, since there's a only owner here, it's going to run this modifier before this. And in this case, it runs this issue, this statement, and then anywhere that you see this wildcard placeholder, it's going to replace it with the function body. So in this case, it will run require whatever, and then replace this placeholder with this text. So it's more like a continual of whatever is in the function body. If this comes before this, that means this will be replaced and this will run before this, right? And there's hello word that can be called to like return the text, which is the text's case. And because it is public, it can be called externally from any other function and also from the right functions. And view means it's not changing the state. It's not updating the state. And then we have returns. Returns is way of telling the the machine word type of byte, what type of what type is it returning. So in this case, string memory, and that returns a text, and string memory, because you see string is text, right? And then we have set text. Set text is changing the state, which means we have to take off the view, and we only want only the owner, which is the person that deploys the smart contracts, to be able to mess the with the set text. So you can um, change this, add this, which prevents that, and then transfer ownership is changing whoever owns the smart contract, right? And also whoever owns the smart contract at that point then should be able to change whoever owns it. So that's it. And before you could deploy to Sepolia, you can come over here and change this to injected provider MetaMask. And once you do that, your MetaMask will be prompted. By the way, you need to install this. If you don't, let me know. We can guide you around that. And you get some Sepolia test tokens, right? You can get it from any of the faucet, which I will outline very soon in maybe another video and all. That is done. I got some faucet because you need gas. You need to pay for gas, and that's why you need test tokens. So I got this, and the next thing to do now is to deploy. Uh, to deploy, you first off need to compile your smart contract. I will compile even though it's displaying compilation successful. And I'm also going to turn on auto compile so that whenever I change any piece of this code, it automatically just does the compilation for me. And I changed it to inject provider, select the wallet, which is this, because my MetaMask is now connected to Remix. And contract is hello world. And I'm going to deploy. It's going to prompt me to allow this contract to be deployed. Let's see. All right, so it's now giving me the request and it's asking me to confirm. You can take a while to look at any of this information that is coming along with. When I'm asking people, I'm just gonna go ahead and agree with it. No need to check extensively on my hand. All right, so we now have that deployed and it is deployed at this contract address. Let's go. Um, all right, so this is deployed. So now that we've checked that out, let's see what we have here. So if I check the owner, I expect to see my smart contract address. And you notice 5BE1 and this is 5BE1. So that was successful. We're going to do hello world to see what we're going to get hello world. And that would exactly what we put here, what we call hello world, we return text, and text here is hello world. And now we need to transfer ownership and set the text, right? I'm going to set the text now to hello group hate. And once I do that, I'm going to click on set text. Let's see what would happen. Participating, and we now have like a request to confirm with our wallet because that's what we deploy with, and we need to confirm that we are making this transaction. Let's do that. All right, and it seems that that was successful from 5BE1 to LO settext, function selector and whatnot, and we've done the transaction. If I click on hello world now, it should give me something different, hello group aid. And this is the first transaction. So your job now is to take the contract address, which I'm going to add to the document, paste it here, click at add address, and play around with this, and then add your own wallet. I think you need to send me your wallet address or whatever, so I can make you, so you can transfer ownership. All right, this has been fun. This has been good. Thank you so much for catching this video. You know what to do. See you in the next one. Ciao.